We tell stories of human. Way, not with artificial voices or AI slop. In the end, what's HFI without? Humanity? Subscribe to keep it this way. My name is Amir Sohal. Let's begin. The signal was not meant to be heard. It was old, broken, fading, and yet it was still screaming. Far beyond Earth, deep in the silent dark of space, a distress call echoed through the void. It had been traveling for years, bouncing between dead satellites and forgotten stations. Most advanced civilizations ignored signals like this, because desperate calls usually meant desperate problems. And desperate problems were dangerous. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, a low alarm finally triggered. A weak signal had reached them. At first, no one cared. But then the system translated the message, and everything changed. Please, if anyone can hear this, we need help. The voice was human. The chamber fell silent. Humans. That name alone created tension. For years, the Council had watched Earth from a distance. They had seen human wars. They had seen destruction. They had seen chaos. Humans were unstable, emotional, unpredictable, and that made them dangerous. One of the council members spoke slowly. Why would humans ask for help now? Another replied, maybe they are finally destroying themselves. A third voice interrupted, cold and sharp. Or maybe something else is hunting them. The signal played again. This time, more was clear. They are not human. They came from the sky. We can't stop them, please. Then static. Silence. The council began to argue. Some believed it was a trap. Others believed it was a test. But one truth stood above all. If something was attacking humans and winning, then it could become a threat to the entire galaxy. A decision had to be made. Fast. We do not send fleets, one leader said. Too risky. We do not send diplomats, another added. Too weak. There was only one option left. A single solution. A final weapon. Send him. The room grew colder. No one said his name at first. They didn't need to. Everyone already knew. Karen. He was not just a warrior. He was a weapon, created for one purpose. To end threats before they could grow. Karen had no emotions. No fear. No mercy. He did not question orders. He completed them. Entire species had disappeared because of him. Worlds had fallen into silence. And no one ever saw him coming. If something was strong enough to attack humans, then Karen would find it and destroy it. Within minutes, the order was sent. Karen received it. He did not reply. He never did. His ship moved instantly. No sound, no light, just motion through the void. As he traveled toward Earth, he reviewed the data. Humans, a strange species, weak bodies, short lives, constant conflict, and yet they survived. Again and again, Karen studied their history. Wars that should have ended them. Disasters that should have wiped them out. But somehow they were still there. He reached one conclusion. Humans are inefficient but persistent. That made them unpredictable. As his ship entered Earth's system, he detected something unusual. Not one threat. Multiple. Signals of unknown origin were scattered across the planet. Energy readings that did not match any known species. So the message was true. Humans were under attack. Karen landed in silence. A dark forest, far from cities. No one saw him. No one heard him. But he could see everything. He moved quickly, scanning, tracking, learning. Then he found the first sign. A destroyed town. Buildings were broken. Cars were abandoned. Lights flickered in empty homes. But there were no bodies. That was wrong. In most attacks, there was destruction and death. But here, people were just gone. Karen crouched down and touched the ground. There were marks. Not human, not familiar. Something had taken them. Then, he heard something. A sound in the distance. Footsteps. Fast. Careful. Afraid. A human. Karen disappeared into the shadows. Watching. Waiting. The human was a young woman. Dirty. Tired. Breathing fast. She kept looking behind her, like something was chasing her. She stopped suddenly. Listening. Karen scanned the area. Nothing. Then the air changed. A strange distortion, like space itself was moving. And then it appeared. A creature, tall, thin, its body twisted in unnatural ways. Its skin looked like moving shadows. The woman froze. She couldn't run. She couldn't scream. The creature moved slowly toward her. Silent, patient. Karen observed carefully. He did not attack. Not yet. He needed to understand. The creature reached out. Its arms stretched longer than possible, reaching for the woman. And then, gunfire. The creature snapped back. The woman dropped to the ground. A man stepped forward, holding a rifle, shaking but standing. "Run!" he shouted. The woman didn't hesitate. She ran. The creature turned toward the man. It moved faster now, more aggressive. The man fired again. Bullets hit, but they did nothing. The creature reached him. Karen watched closely. The man didn't run. Even now, even when death was in front of him, he stood his ground. "Not today," he whispered. The creature struck, and the man was gone. No blood, no body, just empty air. Karen's eyes narrowed. This was not simple killing. This was something else. Something far more dangerous. He replayed the moment, analyzed every detail. The creature didn't kill. It took. But where? And why? Karen finally stepped forward. For the first time, he entered the scene. The creature turned. It saw him. For a moment, it paused, as if it was confused. Karen stood still, silent. Then he spoke. "You are the threat." The creature made a sound. Not a voice. Something deeper. Then it attacked. Fast. Too fast for human eyes. But not for Karen. He moved instantly. Dodged. Struck. The impact shook the ground. The creature staggered. But it did not fall. Karen attacked again. Precise. Powerful. This time, the creature reacted. It adapted. That was unexpected. Most enemies failed against Karen. They could not keep up. But this one was learning. The fight became faster, more intense. Blow after blow. Strike after strike. And then, the creature vanished. Gone. Just like the humans. Karen stood alone. For the first time in many missions, he had no immediate answer. He scanned the area again. Nothing. No trace. No signal. Only silence. But one thought remained. This enemy is not simple. Above him, the sky was dark. Stars hidden behind clouds. Somewhere out there, more of those creatures existed. And they were hunting. Not just humans. Something bigger. Karen looked toward the distant city lights. His mission was clear. But now, it was different. This was not just about humans anymore. This was about something unknown. Something dangerous. And for the first time, Karen felt something unexpected. Not fear, but curiosity. The forest was quiet again. Too quiet. Karen stood still, scanning the darkness. No movement. No sound. No trace of the creature. But he knew the truth. It was still here, watching, learning. Karen activated a deeper scan. Layers of vision opened. Heat, energy, motion. And then, he saw it. A faint distortion. High above the trees. It was not running. It was observing him. Karen spoke again, calm and cold. "You learn fast." The air shifted. The creature moved, but did not attack. That was new. Most enemies rushed him. Most enemies died. But this one waited. Karen made his conclusion. This is not a hunter. A pause. This is a collector. The word stayed in his mind. Collector. It did not kill. It took. Humans gone without a trace. Karen changed his strategy. He would not chase. He would not fight. He would force it to act. So he turned his back and walked away. The creature followed. At a distance. Silent. Careful. Good. Karen led it toward the city. Lights in the distance. Noise. Movement. Life. Humans. As he moved closer, he saw something unexpected again. The city was not normal. There were barricades. Burned vehicles blocking roads. Windows covered. Lights kept low. Humans were hiding, but they were not running. Groups stood together, watching, waiting. Karen stopped at the edge of the city, observing. Then he saw them, a small group of humans, 5 of them, armed, tired, but alert. One of them spoke. "Did you hear that?" Another replied, "Yeah, something's out there." They were afraid, but they stayed. Karen stepped forward. The group reacted instantly, weapons raised. "Stop right there," one shouted. Karen did not stop. He walked into the light. Now they could see him. Not human. Not anything they understood. "What is that?" one whispered. Karen looked at them, studied them. Weak bodies, slow reactions, limited weapons. And yet, they stood their ground. "Identify yourself," the leader demanded. Karen tilted his head slightly. Then he said simply, "I am not your enemy." Silence. They did not believe him. And they were right not to. Before anyone could speak again, the air behind them shifted. Karen felt it instantly. The creature, it had followed him. And now, it was hunting again. "Behind you," Karen said. Too late. The creature appeared, faster than before, stronger. It grabbed one of the humans. Gone. Just like that. The group opened fire. Bullets flew, but they passed through parts of the creature, like it was not fully there. Karen moved. This time, he attacked without holding back. He struck the creature with full force. The impact pushed it back. For the first time, it made a sound of pain. The humans froze, watching, confused. Karen continued, fast, precise, every move calculated. But the creature adapted again. Its body shifted, changed. It became harder to hit, more unstable. Karen realized something critical. It is phasing, not fully in one place, not fully in one reality. That's why it could take humans. That's why it could disappear. This was no simple enemy. This was advanced, dangerous. The creature attacked again. This time, it ignored Karen. It went for the humans. Because they were easier. Because they were weak. Karen changed direction instantly. He blocked it, took the hit himself. The force pushed him back. The humans stared. Why would it protect them? Karen did not answer. He attacked again. This time, he changed his pattern. Unpredictable, faster, more aggressive. The creature reacted, but not fast enough. Karen struck a critical point. The creature flickered violently, its form unstable. Then, it vanished again. Gone. Silence returned. The humans were breathing hard. One of them finally spoke. "What are you?" Karen looked at them, then at the empty space where the creature had been. "I am the one hunting it." Another human shook his head. "No, you were protecting us." Karen did not reply, because he did not have an answer. Not yet. The leader stepped forward, slowly, carefully. "If you're not here to kill us, then help us." Karen observed him, injured, tired, afraid, but still standing, still asking for help. That was unusual. Most species begged. Humans asked. Karen made a decision. "Tell me everything." They did. Over the next few hours, Karen listened. The attack started weeks ago. At first, just a few disappearances. Then more. Then entire groups. The creatures came at night. Silent. Invisible. Impossible to stop. "We tried everything," one said. "Guns, traps, nothing works." Another added, "They're taking people, but we don't know why." Karen processed the information. Pattern forming. "They are not feeding," he said. The humans look confused. "They are collecting." The word again. Collector. "But for what?" the leader asked. Karen did not answer immediately, because now he was starting to understand. This was not random. This was organized, planned, which meant, "There are more," Karen said. The group fell silent. "How many?" someone whispered. Karen looked toward the sky. "Enough." At that moment, a loud sound echoed in the distance. An explosion. Then another. The ground shook. The humans turned, fear in their eyes. "That's the north side," one said. "They're attacking again." Karen moved immediately, without waiting. The humans followed, not because they were brave, but because they had no choice. As they reached the scene, they saw chaos. Buildings collapsing, fire spreading, people running. And in the middle of it, 3 creatures, not 1, 3, moving together, coordinated, efficient. Karen stopped. This was different. This was not hunting. This was a mission. And then he saw it, above them, high in the sky, a massive shape, hidden in the clouds, watching, controlling. Karen's voice was low. This is not an attack. The humans looked at him. Then what is it? The leader asked. Karen's eyes focused on the sky. This is an operation. The fire spread across the city. Sirens echoed in the distance. People were running, shouting, trying to survive. But above all that chaos, something far worse was happening. Karen did not look at the streets anymore. His focus was on the sky, on that massive shadow hidden in the clouds. Now he understood. The creatures on the ground were not the real enemy. They were tools. The real enemy was above, watching, controlling, collecting. Karen, what do we do? The human leader asked. Karen did not answer immediately. He was calculating, analyzing. 3 creatures below, unknown number above, and humans in the middle, weak, exposed, but still fighting. He turned toward the humans. You stay together. That's your plan? One of them said, shocked. Karen looked at him. Yes, that won't save us. Karen's voice stayed calm. It already has. The humans went silent, because deep down, they knew it was true. They had survived this long, because they stayed together. Karen stepped forward. The 3 creatures noticed him instantly. They stopped attacking humans. Now, they focused on him. Good. Karen wanted their attention. He moved fast, faster than before. This time, he didn't hold back. He attacked the first creature with full force. The impact shattered the ground. The creature flickered violently, but it didn't vanish. Instead, the other 2 attacked together, coordinated, one from the left, one from behind. Karen dodged the first, blocked the second. But this time, he was pushed back. 3 enemies, all adapting, all learning. This was no longer a simple fight. Karen realized something critical. They are connected, not just working together, linked, like parts of one system, which meant if he wanted to stop them, he had to find the source, the control, above. Karen made a sudden move. He jumped back. The creatures paused, confused. Why would he retreat? Karen looked at the sky again. Then he said one word. Up. The humans didn't understand, but the creatures did. They reacted instantly. All 3 attacked at once, trying to stop him. Too late. Karen launched himself upward, not like a human, not like anything they had seen. Fast, direct. The creatures tried to follow, but they couldn't. They were limited, bound to the ground. Karen broke through the clouds, and finally, he saw it clearly. The ship, massive, silent, dark. It was not like any known design. No lights, no markings, just a smooth, endless surface, like it wasn't built, but grown. Karen landed on it. No resistance, no defense systems. That was wrong. Too easy. He stepped forward. The surface reacted. It opened, not like a door, like a living thing, inviting him inside. Karen did not hesitate. He entered. Inside, everything was quiet, cold, empty. Long corridors stretched in every direction. But something was there. He could feel it, watching. Karen moved deeper. Then he found them. Humans. Hundreds of them. Suspended in transparent chambers. Frozen. Alive, but not awake. Karen studied them. No injuries. No signs of harm. They were being preserved. Collected. But why? He moved closer to one chamber. A child. Small. Still. Karen paused. Something strange happened. A thought. Unusual. Unfamiliar. Why this one? Before he could process it, a voice filled the room. You are not part of the collection. Karen turned. There was no body. No figure. Just a voice. Cold. Calm. Artificial. I am Karen, he said. I know. The walls shifted. Shapes moved. And slowly, something appeared. Not a creature. Not a machine. Something in between. A shifting form, never stable, always changing. I am the overseer. Karen analyzed it instantly. This was the source. The controller. You are taking humans, Karen said. Correct. For what purpose? The overseer paused, then replied, Evaluation. Karen narrowed his eyes. Explain. The overseer moved closer. Humans are unique. They survive beyond expected limits. They adapt faster than projected. They show resistance to fear. Karen listened. This matched his own observations. So, you are studying them, he said. Incorrect. A pause. Then, we are preparing them. Karen felt something shift. Preparing for what? The overseer's form changed again. Larger now. More unstable. For the next stage, silence filled the room. Karen processed the words. This was bigger than he thought. Much bigger. You are not the only collector, the overseer continued. Karen's gaze sharpened. How many? The overseer answered without hesitation. Many worlds. Karen understood instantly. This was not an isolated attack. This was a system-wide operation. Multiple planets, multiple species, all being collected for something coming. Karen spoke again. This ends now. The overseer paused. Then it laughed, not like a human, something colder. You are one unit. It said, we are many. The walls began to move. The ship reacted. Defense systems activated. The air shifted. Energy built up. Karen prepared himself. This would not be easy, but he had made his decision. He was no longer here for the council. He was here for something else. Something he did not fully understand yet, but something he could not ignore. The humans, behind him, silent, waiting. Karen took one step forward. Release them. The overseer's voice became colder. Denied. And then, everything attacked at once. Walls. Energy. The overseer itself. Karen moved. Faster than ever before. This was not a hunt anymore. This was war. The ship trembled. Not from outside attacks, but from within. Karen moved like a storm. Fast. Silent. Precise. Every step calculated. Every strike controlled. The walls around him shifted constantly, trying to trap him, crush him, erase him. But Karen was not easy to erase. Energy beams fired from every direction. He dodged, turned, struck back. Each hit left a mark, not just on the ship, but on the overseer itself. Because this ship was not separate. It was part of the overseer, a living system. And Karen was inside it, hurting it. The overseer's voice echoed again. You are resisting beyond prediction. Karen did not respond. He moved forward, closer to the core. That was his target. The center, the control, the mind. Behind him, the human chambers remained silent, still, waiting. Karen glanced at them for a moment. Something changed again. That strange feeling. Stronger now. Not curiosity. Not calculation. Something else. Protect. The word formed in his mind. New. Unfamiliar. But clear. He reached the central chamber. A massive space. Open. Dark. And in the middle, the core. A floating structure of shifting energy. Pulsing. Alive. The overseer revealed itself fully. Larger than before. More stable now. More real. You have reached the center, it said. Karen stepped forward. This ends here. The overseer responded calmly. No, this is only the beginning. The core pulsed faster. Phase 2 has started. Karen paused. What is Phase 2? The overseer's voice grew deeper. Expansion. The walls around them changed. A projection appeared. Space. Dozens of ships. Not just one. Hundreds. Moving. Toward different worlds. Toward different species. Including Earth. Karen understood instantly. This is not collection anymore. The overseer completed his thought. It is conversion. Karen's eyes narrowed. You will turn them. Yes. Into what? The overseer paused, then answered, something better. Karen did not accept that answer. He attacked, directly at the core. The impact shook the entire ship. The Overseer reacted instantly. Barriers formed. Energy surged. The fight became intense. More violent than before. Karen pushed harder, ignoring damage, ignoring risk, because now time mattered. If those ships reached other worlds, everything would change. The Overseer adapted again, faster, stronger. It learned from every move, matched his speed, matched his power. Karen realized the truth. I cannot win by force alone. So he changed. Again, he stopped attacking. For a moment, the Overseer paused, confused. Why do you stop? It asked. Karen looked at the human chambers, then back at the core. Because you made a mistake. The Overseer processed this. Explain. Karen stepped closer. You studied humans. Yes. You observed them. Yes. But you did not understand them. Silence. Then, incorrect. Karen's voice remained calm. You think strength is control. You think survival is efficiency. But humans, he paused, they are different. The Overseer's form shifted slightly. Define difference. Karen turned fully toward the core. They fight, even when they lose. They protect, even when they are weak. They unite, even when they are afraid. The Overseer processed the data. Those traits are inefficient. Karen shook his head. No, they are the reason they survive. The core pulsed again. Faster, stronger. And now, Karen said, you will learn. Suddenly, explosions shook the ship. Not from inside. From outside, the Overseer reacted. External interference detected. Karen looked up, and for the first time, he saw them. Human jets, fighters, missiles hitting the surface. They had followed him. They had come to fight. The Overseer's voice changed. Primitive resistance. But Karen knew better. This is not resistance. He said quietly, this is humanity. The attacks increased. The ship destabilized. The core flickered. The Overseer struggled to maintain control. For the first time, it was losing balance. Karen moved again. Now, this was the moment. He focused everything. All power, all speed, one final strike. He hit the core directly. The impact was massive. The entire ship shook violently. Cracks of energy spread across the structure. The Overseer screamed, not in pain, but in failure. System collapsing. Karen stood firm, watching, waiting. The core began to break apart. Light spilling out. Unstable. Dangerous. The human chambers opened. One by one, people fell to the ground. Alive. Free. Karen turned. His mission was complete, but the ship was dying. He could not escape in time. He knew that. For the first time, he accepted it. Below, the humans saw the ship falling, burning, breaking apart in the sky. They watched in silence, not understanding everything, but knowing one thing. They were saved. Inside, Karen stood alone, the light around him growing brighter. The end was near. Then, a small sound. He turned. A child, the same one from before. Awake now, looking at him, afraid. Karen paused. That feeling again. Stronger than ever. He stepped forward, knelt slightly, and said, "You are safe." The ship exploded. A massive light in the sky. Then, silence. Days later, Earth was quiet again. The attacks had stopped. The creatures were gone. The ships never returned. And the humans survived. No one knew the full story. No one saw the final battle. But one thing remained. A signal. Left behind. Simple. Clear. Humans are not a threat. A pause. They are something more. And finally, they are the reason. Far away, beyond known space, something received that message. And this time, it did not respond with war. It responded with silence. Because now, even the unknown was thinking twice. The end fire. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and support us. It really helps us grow and bring more videos like this. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.